Severe weather Sunday afternoon and evening. That's the primary focus for this video, the timing and the impacts of this. Right now, the Storm Prediction Center has us in a low risk for severe weather, but I got a feeling that may get a little bit of an upgrade, especially for western and portions of central Arkansas. The timing of this, I'm going to go over the potential impacts, but I want to make sure you are aware of what's heading our way for Sunday. It's the last part of the weekend. Have a way to get warnings. We got all modes of severe weather. When we say modes of severe weather, that means wind, hail, and tornadoes. I also think that flash flooding is going to be a risk. Make sure you have the Arkansas Storm Team app. Now, to the data. Sunday, there's that low risk for severe weather across much of the viewing area, surrounded by an area that's very low. I still think that there's going to be an upgrade to this. And in particular, what I'm watching is this area right in here for the development of very strong to severe thunderstorms and even a tornado potential in that particular area. As they move further east, they don't completely die out, but they're going to decrease in coverage and intensity. So that area I've outlined for western and portions of central Arkansas particularly, I have some greater concern than just a low risk for Sunday afternoon. What are those risks Sunday? I have wind, damaging winds is the primary threat. Low on the hail. I think if there's hail, it's going to be initially. The tornado threat is close to medium. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a tornado watch issued for western and central Arkansas Sunday afternoon and evening. And the flash flooding threat, that's something we've been really talking about lately, coming up late this weekend. That will be there as well. Now, the newest version of Forecast Track, you are aware of the risk you may be in Oklahoma today. It is a substantial risk for severe weather and flash flooding out in Oklahoma. So those storms develop, and look at Sunday at 3:30 in the morning. They're still going. The intensity not as strong as during the afternoon, but they're still probably going to be severe out in Oklahoma during the overnight. But as they move towards Arkansas, I think they're going to lose their punch. This is at 7 a.m. This is not the main round of severe weather. So you see that they're strong in northwest Arkansas. This doesn't look quite as strong. Those fizzle out. It's a kind of a classic setup. So those fizzle out in the morning. So the question here is, this is at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. How much recovery do you get? Clouds breaking apart. How much sunshine do you get? Here's that area along I-30. I think that you're going to have a lot more instability in this area of the state. Questionable northwest Arkansas, but I still think you have that severe weather threat in northwest Arkansas too. My colleague up there, meteorologist Dan Scoff, KNWA, will be watching that for you up there. But this is at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'd say around 3 o'clock, things get going. 4 o'clock, they're entering Arkansas. And this is at 7 p.m. Remember, these models, these simulated radars, they're not perfect, but they give you that good general idea. But what this is showing me here is they're intense in northern Arkansas, but even more intense potentially where we've had a little bit more instability develop. You see these kind of bow features here. That's indicating to me damaging winds. And there could also be embedded tornadoes in that. It's a narrow area. This is at 7 o'clock. Again, timing is never perfect with these, but this is a good general idea. So that's at 7 p.m. Watch what happens by 9 o'clock. They're still going, but the intensity should begin to decrease around 8 or 9 o'clock Sunday evening. They could still be severe. This is a damaging wind threat at this point, according to this, at 9 p.m. And then by 10:30, 11 o'clock, heavy rain, flash flooding, and it's over with by Monday morning. I got more maps to show you because this is really interesting. This is instability. This is the fuel needed for thunderstorms, kind of like the gas that powers your car. This is the fuel that powers thunderstorms. This is Sunday morning, 9:30. You see the low end and extreme end. So you see the instability getting zapped in northwest Arkansas from those overnight, the decaying thunderstorms out of Oklahoma. But look where it's building along the I-30 corridor where we don't get much, if any, rainfall. And watch that instability really build by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You're seeing these values and it's called K, convective available potential energy. But you see these very high values in eastern Oklahoma. You see that? Almost extreme values. But over 1,000 in this area and potentially close to 2,000 from the Arkansas River Valley southward. That's at 4 p.m. Now, the thunderstorms develop and it utilizes that energy. It utilizes the storm fuel, the instability. And you see how those values come down in these areas where the thunderstorms are by 7 p.m. and the thunderstorms are entering into central Arkansas. And you see the instability values by 11 o'clock. I mean, it plummets. And that's because the storms have moved through and it's zapped that energy. This is the tornado index. I always kind of waver, should I show this or not? But this is 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You see the low end of the scale. You see the high end of the scale. That's why I'm saying there is some tornado potential in this portion of the state. Sunday afternoon, mid to late afternoon, western Arkansas. Not as much of a tornado potential as we go deeper into the evening. So if there's a tornado potential Sunday, I think it's during the mid to late afternoon, decreasing in the evening. I know that's a lot of information. And you know me, when I get going about this, I start talking there at almost 6.5 minutes. I look at the timer there. Make sure you have the Arkansas Storm Team app, KARK.com. We'll have the newest information for you there. Meteorologist Alex Libby, he's coming up at 6 and 10 o'clock on KARK. And of course, tomorrow, our team of meteorologists, we're always ready. And we'll always be there for you online, on the air, on social, all of that. And just want to give you the heads up. This is not to scare you at all. Oops, sorry for kicking the camera there. This is not to scare you whatsoever, but just to give you that information to be prepared. This is late April, and we get storm systems like this in Arkansas. This is nothing unusual whatsoever. This is a storm system that, these types of storm systems we get, but we know they cause problems, and that's why we're going to be there for you. And I always thank you and appreciate you, and I can never thank you enough for your trust. We will always be there for you.